Hey everyone, welcome to June Energies. So we started, May ended with a bang. Let's just say that. We had Saturn grow. Saturn went retrograde on the last Sunday. I think, well, actually, I'm not the last Sunday, I think, but almost last Sunday on the 23rd. Sunday the 23rd. Saturn retrograded. Then on that Wednesday, we had that lunar eclipse. Full moon is Sagittarius. And then we start end of the week with, a Mercury retrograde in Gemini. So, boom. That month was pretty much not a lot happening except for that end week. Everything happened. Then we you do have another, in June we're going to have that solar eclipse. Looks like Gemini. And in Gemini it looks like the solar eclipse. And then, bam, one whole week of Jupiter retrograde. Mercury goes direct. And then Neptune. So we're going to finish off this month in the shadow of Mercury. And basically with 2 retrogrades. And there is a full moon in, I believe, Capricorn coming in there too. So there's a lot in play, and it feels a lot more chill than a lot of the past retrogrades, which have all been like really clustered together. All of them. You're like, wow, 4 retrogrades at once, all starting at the same time. Yay! Which can be really intense and really difficult if you haven't done a lot of retrograde work to know which one is messing with you. Really, a lot of retrograde work when you first start it is just observing. And if you're needing more help with any of them, there are all retrograde packages that have energies and some extra support there for you. And you can find those on the website. So take a gander. Now let's get into the reading now. So I've got the Keepers of Light and the Sacred Rose. Whew. Okay, well, we got the Shekinah. Get in there. The Sacred Self, which is Kyle little affirmations say, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. So really, open up. There's been a lot of liminal energy I've seen in my life, in clients' life, and just happening. It's like all of a sudden there's space. So it feels really kind of like right on the Shekinah has shown up with this sacred space. Sacred self, excuse me. Well, sacred space and the sacred self. There's a lot of room right now. Space. The liminal space is so huge. It's beautiful. There's been so much time spent just kind of 2020 with the pandemic, freaking out, not knowing what's going on. Oh my God. And just surviving, just getting by, just getting through the energy of that day, of that week, of that month. There's been a lot of that. And we're finally reaching a place where we can be like, and open up a little more. Explore some of those places between. And enjoy it. Instead of riding the fever-pitched collective spikes, we finally got some kind of level off. And you know what? It feels good. There's still some minor spikes here and there, but oh my God, nothing like there was. So Shekinah feels like really appropriate with that sacred self. How can you move into that energy of move into, what's the word I'm looking for? Liminal. Liminal just keeps coming up. Move into the places between. See what you weren't able to see before. So, yeah. What's sacred? What's holy? How have you redefined things? You got Pluto retrograde going on, which is about boundaries, of working with those boundaries and redefining them. That's part of the sacred self. Saturn retrograde is about looking at the structures that we use and how we use them. in our lives and in the greater culture. So we're looking at those kind of things, exploring internally, things that need to change, things that are changing, things that have changed that maybe you've missed because, oh my God, we've just been so busy trying to get by and not lose our shit, frankly. You know, it's been really difficult. It's like, and you're like going along for, you know, this roller coaster ride that didn't feel like it was going to end there for a while. So, yeah. Enjoy this moment. Enjoy this liminal space that's coming in. It feels really, really good. And don't take it too serious. It may be important. It may be in a way serious, but have some fun with it. Bring some joy in, some mirth. Don't be just be so. You can be fun. You can have some fun with it. Play with it. Use music. What's speaking to you? What art forms are coming in with it? So let's grab the cards from the Sacred Rose Tarot. We got the Five of Cups and the Page of Wands. Okay, so you might be like, Five of Cups? Ooh. So here's my take on the Five of Cups this month. You know what? We kicked them over. You know why we kicked them over? Because they don't work. What was in them? No good. We're getting rid of that. We're going to wash our cups. So we had to empty them. The Five of Cups is not always about loss and losing things. Right now it's about like, oh my God, what the hell's in that? That cup, how long has that cup been sitting there? What is that kind of moldy thing growing in my cup? That's what we're looking at. We're like, ooh, what about cup? Gonna empty you out. We're gonna give you a good scrubbing because you need it. Five of Cups here in this case really feels like just gonna empty out what's not working, and that's gonna be backed up by the second energy with that sacred self and the liminal coming in. It's like we're gonna clean up and polish up our sacred self, get it going, get it where it needs to be, because if you keep all the old stuff, you keep all that old stuff, you're like, yeah, I gotta keep that. It's integral. It's part of me. It's this, it's that, it's a story. It's a feeling, it's an emotion, it's that. And, oh, I gotta keep it though. Because I've had that for so long. There are ways to let go of the stories. There are ways to let go of that internal dialogue. But not, and still keep it as part of your story, really, but not the story. Yeah, it's fine to have incidents that like are really difficult and challenging. High school sucked. But at some point you need to attempt to work towards moving past it, of it just becoming like, yeah, this was a big part of my story, what happened to me in high school with peer abuse and blah, blah, blah. But it does not define me. So, you know, you got to think of those things. How do you use it but not keep the definition of it? Because really, we emptied out our cups. Good reason to empty the cups, and now we're going to clean them up, give them a good polish. And we can start over with using them. And that's a good thing. So we got the Page of Wands, and this feels like so. So we did that little cleanup. We did, you know, tiny cleanup. And then we get to expand, kaboom. We get to use our ideas. We get to create energy. We get to create and bring it into being. And that's just, it's kind of fun this month to do the readings. Because like I did Cosmic Shadow Life Forecast, and there's been a lot of, it's been like how, it's definitely, those readings have definitely helped navigate the difficult energies and the collective especially. But we finally got some liminal space in there, in that one, the Cosmic Shadow Light reading. And I'm also seeing that liminal space come in here too, which is really awesome because it feels so good. We want to use it. We want to use that creative, fiery earthiness that the Page of Wands brings in, because he's going to help us be like, yeah, I got this idea, and I'm going to create it. I'm going to bring it into being. I'm going to breathe that breath into it. and not just, think about it in my head. It's a bit more active. We're kind of moving out of the isolation of quarantines, the isolation of the collective energy of just trying to survive it and get through it the best we can. We're moving out of that. We're moving into new spaces. And part of the reason why I think things feel so liminal right now, and liminal means like kind of like the place in between. It's that change. It's the transitionary period between here and wherever you end up. And feels really cool. To be there, energizing. And it's not something to be feared, that transitory period that we're entering. It's something to be enjoyed. So take some time to relish it. Look at where you feel change is coming in, where you want to change, because that's also very valid. It's like, oh, I don't like this part, and I want to do something different. Want to be something different. It's not working or whatever. It needs new skills sometimes. Haha, we're magic. So I think that fits in really, really well with this reading. So we are magic, just be it. So we got the Shekinah, the Keepers of Light, sacred self, and her bringing to us, if you want to call it initiation maybe, of moving into something new, changing our life in a profound way. That's going to be absolutely lovely. So go through with it, people. Don't run away. Just step into what is coming for you, into the beauty of what can be. Because 5 of Cups is like, we just knock those cups over and we emptied them out, and now we're going to wash them out, we're going to polish them up, and we're going to get that stuff ready for the Page of Wands, so we can move into creative openness and bring things into being if we so desire, or at least be really super creative and thoughtful in what we're doing. There's a lot of energy here because we're magic, and we need to remember that. It's there, it's in us. It's not something that we have to go search for. It's in you. You are the magic. The other stuff is just tools of ways to use it, the ways to help you access it. But the magic is really within inside you. Yeah. You don't need to go look somewhere else. What you can do is look for the tools to help you do better magic, to be better magic, to be good trouble, to quote John Lewis. Good trouble, good magic. The liminal, moving into new things, initiations, are all things that are coming up. And I think it's partly because it's eclipse season, and I also feel like because we have the room and the collective energy to start working with this internal stuff that's there. It's kind of been just not put on hold, but bound up by the, oh my God, what happened now? What? And we still, to a certain extent, especially here in the U.S., as things return to normal, which is not necessarily in some ways a good normal, of breaking into that. There's still some oh my God moments, but it's not quite like it was. It's not those super high spikes that we had. A lot of work to do. A lot of liminal room within ourselves, and also on the collective. There's a lot of liminal space. So all that work we've been doing to decolonize our little similar mindsets is working. You just got to keep doing it. So listen to your initiation, listen to your liminal self this month, and step into it and create simple practices to keep engaging with it. I would say through the Lion's Gate, which is August 8th. It's a good chunk of time to work through things. Or pick a longer retrograde that you want to work with to use as your cycle would be another way, such as Pluto. Saturn just is more recent than Pluto. Mercury's really fast, so They tend to do quicker workings with Mercury than the longer ones. This one feels like you want a sustained working, so go for something like Saturn. I think Jupiter's coming up too next month, so yes, next month. And Neptune too. So you have a couple retrogrades also that are going to come in at the end of June. So whenever you're ready, you know, and whoever talks to you is also another thing. Who's speaking to you. So yeah, okay. We want to have a wonderful month and go out there and be the love in the world. Bye-bye.